During a reenactment, how do reenactors know if they're hit? Today we're going to find out. If you've ever been to a reenactment, I'm sure you've probably noticed the fields of dead and dying soldiers or reenactors on the battlefield. But a lot of people end up asking us reenactors the question, how do you know if you die? If you've been hit? If you've been shot? Whole variation of those. Well, in short, we don't. We just guess. Alright folks, thanks for watching, see you in the next one. But actually though, it is pretty true that we really just guess. Half the time we do not know. We don't know if we're hit. I mean, there's always exceptions, but we really don't know. But today we're going to go over the two main types of reenactments so we can better understand the nuances, so to speak, of taking a hit in a reenactment. So what is the difference between a tactical reenactment and a public reenactment? Well, for a public battle, it's pretty much exactly what it sounds like. A group of public, usually paying public, comes out to, say, a park or a national battlefield, and they watch us reenactors shoot each other and kill each other. It's pretty simple. Really, the purpose of those reenactments is to really just try to get it right, so to speak. We are trying to teach history as accurately as possible, because it's dying out. There are no living people that remember the American Revolution, or Civil War for that matter. Like, in World War II, vets are quickly dying off. I'm very sorry to say it. We're running out of time. So what we do is we go out to this national park or this battlefield or somewhere, something, and we try to fight each other as accurately as possible to the time. For example, I took part in the Petersburg battle, which is a reenactment of the Battle of Petersburg during the American Revolution. And usually these battles have a specified outcome because we're reenacting a specific battle. So for the Battle of Petersburg, for example, it's all scripted. It's not like willy-nilly, okay, we're gonna do this. No. You follow pretty much the exact tactics that were used, or close to exact, the tactics that were used during the actual battle. And because of that, you know who's gonna win. Say, if you went to a Siege of Yorktown reenactment, then you would know that the Americans and the French won. It's just how it works. That's history. The British surrendered at Yorktown. Cornwallis surrendered and was defeated. The French and the Americans won. It's just how it is. Because a lot of these battles are scripted, there's usually a set amount of casualties which will be taken by a certain side, or really just, you know there's going to be deaths in this battle. So I've heard of some reenactment groups, selecting like a certain amount of guys and just saying, you two, we're not losing enough men, go out and get killed. While others, for public reenactment, you're trying to make it look good for the public. Like, they came here to see a bunch of guys shoot and kill each other, so to speak. Supposedly. So that's what they want. Because of that, if you decide that, if I die right here, at this time, in front of these people, it'll look really good, do it. I don't care what anyone else says. In my experience, and in all my fellow reenactors' experience, that's how you do it. Because if you, say a group of 10 guys, okay? You're all lined up and you just charge the enemy. But you've only got 10 guys and they've got 30. And say they just finish reloading and they put a volley into you. If not a single one of you dies, the audience is going to notice that. They will most definitely notice that. The public has keen eyes, okay? We often call them idiots and underestimate them. I know I have. But really, like, they have keen eyes. They know when something's up. And because of that, if you're just standing there, or if you're just running across an open battlefield, like I've heard of World War II reenactors doing this. I know that not all World War II reenactors do this, okay? I'm friends with a couple World War II reenactors. They just, supposedly, Americans especially, they just don't take their hits. Like, there's a joke, one American can kill 100 Germans just by not dying. Because, like, that's how it is. So it's really a mix of common sense, like, if you're alone going against 10 SS with 2 machine guns, which I know is unrealistic, but, like, you're obviously dead. And you have, like, an M1 Garand, you're dead in an instant. So you need to take that hit. It's really common sense. And then, of course, what looks good for a public, which is what we've gone over previously. So that's pretty much it for a public reenactment. Kind of a gist of it. But what about tacticals, as I mentioned before? Are they the same, or are they different? Let's find out. A tactical, unlike a public battle, tactical has no audience. So it's really only done for the sake of the reenactors ourselves. I have taken part in a couple with my regiment. And it's really just, alright, the entire regiment is here. Split them down the middle. One of you is British, the other or Americans or what have you. And just go practice. I hear it's a lot more common with World War II reenactments. Just because soldiers of the Second World War were a lot more mobile than, say, those of the Revolutionary period. Or really the Imperial period overall. So from French and Indian to probably Napoleon. Age of Empires. Not sure if that's a video game. You guys, drop a like if that's a video game, I guess. I don't know. I don't blame him. History nerd here, not a video game nerd. But, where was I? Oh, yes, tacticals. A tactical is basically you're just split up and you're fighting each other. There is no script, and this is really where it really starts to become important. If a single person dies. Because in a public battle, it's scripted, really, so it doesn't really matter if one person decides to die or not. But here, in a tactical battle, it most definitely does. It's just completely different, really, because there's no set outcome. Both sides are trying to win, and trying to defeat the other side, using the tactics of the 18th century. And as such, if one person decides to die, it can really alter the outcome. I mean, yeah, so it's really, in a public reenactment, it doesn't really matter, so you can die pretty much anywhere, but in a tactical, it's different. You don't die unless you see someone either A, point their weapon at you and fire. That's the easiest one. B, you hear a gunshot from the side of the road, say you're running across the road, you hear a gunshot from where you know the enemy is, you're dead. It's benefit of a doubt here. You can't assume that they missed you. It's good sportsmanship and everything and all that to really take your hit, and that's what we do. Thanks for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, make sure to click this one right here. See you in the next one, folks.